Hey ya. Hope everyone is doing really good. I'm just gonna give it a few and see if anyone pops on. I do apologizing for being about 30 minutes late. I don't really have an excuse besides the fact that I was just behind schedule. So I do apologize. And I'm also gonna apologize if you hear two little rugrat kittens running around. They're playing with each other, so I promise they're just being sillies. Anubis, what are you doing, baby? But I'm just, like I said, I'm just gonna give it a couple, let everyone hop on, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I hope everyone's ready. All right, I see people are slowly coming on, so that's always a yay. All right, so I don't need to move it. I can see the screen. Hey everyone, I feel it. I gotta go shopping tomorrow. Ooh, math homework. Well, I'm a distraction, so the math homework shall have to wait just a little. I'm just totally kidding. All right, so let's jump into it. So tonight we're gonna be doing smoke scrying. Now, smoke scrying is another form of divination that's not complex. It's actually quite easy, but it takes practice and it's very intuitive based, okay? And I guess you can sit there and say that practice will always make perfect. Sometimes when you get messages, they can come in shapes, they can come in numbers, they can come in the swing. If it goes left, it could be a bad omen. If it goes to the right, it could be a good omen. If you see a cloud that kind of forms at the top, but then there's no base, it can mean foreshadowing. Sometimes if you see it forming and it's attached, but it's a cloud that sits over it, it's like it kind of went from single to kind of like a ball, but it's still attached to the incense itself. That could also mean that you have an attachment or that there's something attached to you. And it doesn't mean like a spiritual thing, but you can have a person that just is attached to you and that you're trying to get rid of. But we'll get all into that and the signs that you'll get and what you can feel, what you can see, what you can hear, all that. When it comes to smoke scrying, you can use a few different things. My recommendation, the easiest to utilize, is actually incense. Now, it's all going to depend on what type of incense you use. And I don't just mean on a spiritual base, but I actually mean more of a good quality. So I do recommend getting a good quality type of incense. Now, I have probably about, 50 different types of incense here. Sorry, my husband's leaving. Got the door for a minute. Probably going to the garage to hide out. I have about 50 different types of incense, all different types of brands, okay? Find the best. I honestly prefer homemade. I have this beautiful woman that makes these amazing incense blends. This one is called Dragon's Tears. So of course, no surprise, I use everything dragon related. My husband's killing me with this door here. Babe, what are you doing? In or out? He makes so much noise with the door. You can use any type of really good brand at all. But homemade is always the best. Why? Because it's filled with intention, it's filled with love, and it's good, usually pretty dang good quality. So we want that. Sometimes if you buy a Walmart brand, it doesn't last very well. And you actually, and this is gonna sound a little weird, but you actually want the scent to help you, okay? You want to smell whatever it is you need to smell to set your mind into this realm that you kind of need to put yourself into. And it's more like a headspace. I call it realm because that's where my mind always takes me to, like a different world. My nose itches and I do apologize. You can also use cone incense if you want. Those are good too. They do just as well. They just don't last as long, but they're great too. You can actually use sage sticks or any type of cleansing sticks that you want. Palo Santo, sage, dragon's blood, yerba mate. It really doesn't matter as long as it gives you a smoke, okay? Then, of course, if you're not, if you're luckier than I am, where, right now it's actually snowing in Ohio, at least where I'm from, you can actually go outside and use a bonfire. The smoke from the bonfire works just as well too. So if you like to go outside and utilize that, that works. If you have a fireplace, that works too. Anywhere that gives you smoke, but ventilation is a big key thing too. So you don't want no fans on, which that was one of the big things why I got behind, because I had to shut the fan off, and I had to get a ladder to go shut this fan off because I'm short. Let's see. So you need ventilation. And when you're doing this, breathing into it, you definitely don't want to breathe into anything. I was just reading, so don't mind me. Okay. So it's a matter of breathing. So you're going to focus. And one really cool and different thing between smoke scrying and, like, say, mirror scrying is when it comes to mirror scrying, you're focusing at, like, a central point. Like, you're really, like, honing into something. Where incense, you actually have to follow the incense. So you'll start down here, right? But then your eyes will wander. And then you'll start seeing things, hopefully, with time. Or you're just reading how the smoke sways, or how it turns, how it flicks, how it gathers, how it spaces. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I forgot off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll remember as we go. But I hope that makes sense. So this is one of the really cool types of divination that you can do. You can also use loose leaf incense too. So, charcoal disc. The only thing that is a little rough with that is sometimes if the charcoal disc isn't, like, a good one, it doesn't always light the incense. But if you need, like, a quick read, if you have, like, a quick thing to think of or a quick question, then, that works too. But I definitely highly recommend whole incense sticks. They just work better, and you have a little bit longer time to work with it. Now, when it comes to the questions itself, you can ask yes/no questions. You can actually manipulate your answers by asking the flame to move a certain way based on the question, just like a pendulum. I can, ask them, is there a deity here? Move closest to me if there is. Move away from me if there is not. And there you go. That's called manipulating the smoke, or manipulating the answer in a form, because you're giving it a yes or no, one way or the other. So that way it can't dance around and try and form images. It just kind of focuses on the one point. But you can ask the smoke anything, just like tarot cards, just like pendulum, just like oracle. It does not really matter. It's all on you. Now, if you're reading for someone else, that kind of refines things a lot differently too. So you have to watch. If you're asking for you, it's, my opinion, a lot easier to do yourself. But if you're trying to read for someone else, you really have to pay attention. You really have to watch the smoke, read the smoke, feel the smoke, smell the smoke, see the smoke. So you have to use all your senses, all your clairs in a form too. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions yet? Now, it's always really good if you have candles to help you. If you need to get in the zone, you don't need them. You literally just need incense and blah, blah. Sometimes crystals are always a great thing for amplifying, so I always highly recommend clear quartz. If you need one for watching, like, negative energy or anything like that, obsidian is fantastic to have. It definitely keeps the negative energy away from you, the malicious intent type, because you don't really know what's sometimes in your house. Even if you cleanse it, you can bring something in anytime and every time. So you always have to watch that. Cleanse your space first. Just like we do anything. Cleanse your space. Make sure the ventilation's good. Make sure you have the windows open, fans on, and you're not breathing on it to tweak your answers, because you don't want to give false answers. Crystals are always great. Have some type of protection ward for you. So like in my case, I always wear some type of like medallion. So, hey, I always wear some type of medallion. So my medallion, of course, is always my dragons in some form. I'm also wearing a crystal pendant. It's labradorite. So it's very good for spiritual connection, which is the whole purpose of for tonight. Did I miss anything? Okay. If people are commenting, I haven't gotten anything since Monica's hello, so I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anyone. But that's the only one, the last one that's showing. Okay. So here's my incense holder, basic. Nothing, I mean, that's an amazing holder nonetheless, because there's little skulls. Look at it. Look at it, the skulls. And then, ta-da! Tamara got me this. Okay. Let's see, we're good support for that. Okay. So there's that. Hey. Okay, cool. It's working. I got matches. I like to use old school matches when it comes to incense. Just makes me feel better about everything I'm doing. So just light your incense. I always give it a few just to burn to make sure I'm going to get a good burn, because that's what I want. I don't want a fake burn. Definitely not. And then I'm not going to lie, sometimes I get lost in the sight of the fire. Oh, I love old school matches. They're like, I probably have about 500 boxes of these. Just like. So as you can see, the smoke is already going pretty hardcore. So I'm going to move this over so it goes more to the center for you guys. So rising up means a lot of clear. So it's a lot of good intentions, a lot of good everything. When it starts circling, it means that there's kind of something blocking. It's kind of, you know, spinning you around. That's the best way of saying it. But it's block. There's something that's like hindering you from going further into something. So set your intentions. Say what you want. This is one of those ones that it just coils. And I love those. So I'm going to give it a minute. I'm going to watch the smoke. And as I'm watching it and you're watching it, watch it come up. Watch it sit up here. Okay. And actually, I'm going to bring it just a little closer so you can get actually the higher point. So the first question I was actually asking in my mind, is there someone watching the live right now that is in pain? And I mean pain as in they're struggling in some form. I asked it to move itself forward if that was a yes, or push it back if it was a no. And it came straight to me. Came straight up and around. So it curved, like it was a curveball. So it definitely means that there is someone that is watching the live that is in pain. So my next question, I would fall from that. I would then ask it, let's see. Actually, let's do this. Let's have fun with this, because why not? Someone ask me a question in the comments and let's see if we can answer the questions. And then I'll tell you what I see and how I see it as it moves, it spreads, all that. See what you guys got. Something simple, just so that way everyone else can kind of see what they see. All right, so I got Kathy's message that came first. Am I being magically attacked? Ooh, okay. Is Kathy being magically attacked? Show me pictures. Show me signs. Show me numbers. Magically attacked, technically no. But a return to sender was given. Three. I see a lot of threes. And you have a lot of spindles too. So it usually means that something was set up for you to be able to have a return to sender. Wow, and everything just cleared out quick the moment I said that. Now, look. That's a good omen though. That means things have changed. So you did something to rectify it, but you weren't technically magically attacked, but you did have some type of return, but it was in 3. You have a lot of 3s showing. Is that... Sorry, I should probably catch up on the messages. Hecat's number is 3s. All right, so that's what I got for you, Kathy, as far as this. Now, remember, it's just like a pendulum. It's not very specific right away. So sometimes if you like use tarot cards to clarify, that helps too. But that's what I got from yours. And then when I said everything cleared off and you've seen the smoke come straight up, that means that's a good thing. It was a clear thing. Ronnie says, will it get better? So you think of Ronnie, whatever it is you're trying to, or wanting it to get better as, whatever the situation is, focus on it right now. And let's see what the smoke has to say. Will it get better for Ronnie? Side to side smoke, left to right. It's yes. Straight up, no movement for no. So you have an actual bend in yours. So that's not a yes, and that's not exactly a no. See what else they have to say. What does Ronnie need to know to help? Show me the signs, show me the pictures. See a lot of faces. Female face. Very elegant. Work. Struggle. Divide. Definitely a crossroad. So the smoke, which I'm not sure if you can see it, actually, when it was going to the side just now, it actually split like this. And then it reconnected at the end. I'm taking that as a good thing. I'm taking that as a, right now, it's not going to get better. But there's going to be a break that you're going to have to be able to rectify or connect or help better yourself. But it's not right now. And I really hate saying that, Ronnie. But it's not right now. Like, the struggle is still going to be there for a while. But at some point, look, it's confirming what I just said because it's splitting again. That's unfortunately what that is. Well, I'm sorry, it's hard to read from this far away. Isn't it if the smoke pushes down that there's resistance. It sure can. It sure can. So if it actually kind of like, what would be the easiest way to say it? You interpret it the way you want to interpret it. I agree. I interpret it, if there is push down, there's extreme resistance. If it literally sways to the side, but still gives me a half angle, then there's kind of work. Like, it's not exactly good. It's not exactly bad. I also go hard when it comes to omens. And I mean omens as, is it a good omen or is it a bad omen? So swaying to the right is good, because this is my right. I don't know if it's for you guys, but this way is my right. This way is the left. So as Ronnie seen hers, it was swaying to the left. So it's not a great thing, but it wasn't completely that way. It kind of swayed and then corrected and swayed. So it's like, it's right now it's bad, but it's going to get better. It's just kind of, how you interpret it is based on your way. If you see faces, I will say this right now, it is hard to sit there and describe the face of someone because it's so instant, it's quick. Unless that face description sticks within your mind. But if you're actually just new and just reading the images in the smoke, then it's kind of hard to be like, hey, I seen this person, it had this color eyes, it had this complexion, it looked like this, it had hair like this. Easiest way, just be like, I see someone, but I don't know who it is, and it's hard to describe who it is, but I feel that there's a presence with you, or perhaps like it is you, like that figure is you in a form, like eventually feeling better, or in the struggle, depending on how the smoke read before or after too. Okay. Oh, Ronnie, I gotta work harder. She says, I don't like meds. I get it. No problems. I feel it. Dang it, Ronnie. You got me in my feels right now, woman. I know there was another one. Holly, am I on the right career path? Okay, let's see. Is Holly on the right career path? Dance for yes. Straight for no. It's definitely dancing. So that's a good, so yes, you're on the great career path. What else does she need to know? Show me the signs, show me the images. Do you by any chance feel like you're kind of hanging on by a thread? Like if you're not sure, like you kind of feel like you're all over the place. Like in a whirlwind, kind of like a tornado vortex. I see a lot of swirling, a lot of movement. I mean like a chaotic type of movement as I'm reading this. It's just like, it's like your mind is all over the place. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it right? Is it wrong? Should I keep doing it? Should I not keep doing it? Am I on the right path? Okay. It is a corp job and compromises a lot of who I am. Ooh. That would explain the chaotic mindset. Perhaps it's a money thing. No. It's saying I'm incorrect in assuming that it's a money thing. It went straight up perfectly. Dang, y'all gotta be so rude. Let's see. Anubis. Says you're gonna continue to feel this way for a while. You're gonna keep going back and forth with it. Is it right or is it wrong? You have a lot in your mind. Like, there's a reason why you're staying here. Will she stay there? Straight up for yes. Side to side for no. It's unfortunately, the smoke that I'm reading is actually going straight up. It is bending to a bad omen side, so it is bending to the left for me, but it is actually going straight up. There's no bend, there's no swirl or side to side until it gets to about here. Then it would swaying. So you interpret that how you need to. I will say that it's not a great job, hence the reason it's going to the left. But unfortunately, you're going to stick there for a little bit. However, if you read it from here, you can change. You're going to probably change at some point. It's going to get too much for you, but you're going to be there for a little while. And unfortunately, it is a bad thing. Not really something you want. But as I read earlier, it's not the correct or the right career path that you want, but it's the one you need right now. And my candle just did some weird flicker, so I'm going to go with I am correct on this. Not really something you probably want to hear, I'm sorry, but that's what the smoke is at least telling me. Perhaps clarify it with your tarot or oracle. That might be a good idea too. Oh, see, I hate jobs that are all about backstabbing. And that definitely confirms the whole chaotic in your mind, like the shit you're going through. You're welcome, hun. All right, one more. And then ask questions. If anyone has any questions on signs or something about like how to help you read the smoke, please let me know, okay? It takes a lot of practice. I'm not even like the best at it. I just really like to do it because it's a lot of fun. And I like to talk to other spirits when I do it too. Not so much where I'm always reading for other people or anything like that as like a clarifier or just for fun. But I like to talk to the spirits through it. So try that too. And then Monica says, should I say yes to preschool? Let's move this over. You can see it better. Should Monica say yes to preschool? Straight up for yes. Swaying for no. That's a clear yes. Very clear yes. Yeah, that's beautiful. That was straight up. Does she need to know anything else? Show me the images. Show me the signs. Oh. okay? It is literally building a road. God, I wish my camera went all the way over here. You literally have so much collective smoke in this area right to my left, but it's turning like literally like a roundabout. So it's going from a bad omen where you are now to moving in the forward direction. I mean, literally, it's a road. Like it literally created a road of smoke. The two strip lines cut right through the middle. I mean, I couldn't have even seen that any better than what I seen. Literally built a road and the road turned. So yes, I'm gonna go with it's the right direction, and your path is already down that road. Like you're already headed there mentally, soon to be physically. Like it's already in your path. It's just a matter of when. LL, everything keeps pointing to yes, and I keep looking for a no because I'm selfish and I want to keep him home with me. Oh, jeez. Oh. It's the path that it's going. There was a clear yes. Like it's a clear yes. Like I'm sorry. Are we referring to your little one? Because that's definitely it. I hate to say it, sweets, but it's going in that direction. Like there was no hesitation on it. None. Like I couldn't even sit there and be like, okay, man. No, it was done. Like it was over. They were going through it. I know it's what's best for his speech. Ooh, see, my youngest has a speech problem as well, and he sees a speech therapist at his school to help, but at the same time, he actually needs a little bit more specialized training in his speech. So I actually have to now take him to a different speech therapy 3 days a week. So much driving on top of everything else. But I completely understand. I really do. But it was a very clear yes. It's already written in the books on this one. Okay, let's see, what else did I miss? Ronnie, can you ask who's been visiting me lately? Knocking and moving and dropping things in the morning. Ooh, okay, we're going spiritual. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Who's in Ronnie's house? Are you of malicious intent or good intent? Sway to the left for malicious. Sway to the right for good. Okay, well, that's not a good thing. Definitely going hard left, which I'm hoping you guys can see that. It's a hard left. Show me the signs. Show me the images. Why are you there? Snake. Lots of snake coil. Laughters. Literally looks like a mouth laughing. Something that's funny to them. But yet I see an evil eye, which is throwing me off a little. Children. I see so many dang children. Like, just little children dancing around playing. Does children have any symbolic meaning? Like laughter, snakes. I just keep seeing a lot of kids. Like a lot of little, the smoke is gathering into little people. Just, and then they just dissipate like children to ghost. It's actually, and I mean, not really sure exactly what it's meaning yet, but it's kind of cool, like how it's working. I get it. Oh, geez. Ronnie. That the children is symbolic to your son then with the laughter. Does the snake have anything to do with it? Because when I see a snake, I mean like a boa constrictor, not like a cobra, but it was very boa like. Let me know if that makes anything. Was he involved with snakes? Did he like snakes at all? Do you work at the deity perhaps that represents snakes, or maybe just look into the symbolic meaning of snakes? Maybe that might help fit with some extra stuff too. Oh, hey Gina, you're here. Britt says, I recently started a new career in a new field. Can you ask if I'm on track long-term career-wise? I'll ask you one sec. Let me just read some more comments to get caught up. This is fascinating. I light incense every night and never look at the smoke. Ooh, do it. It's fantastic. Hold on, let me get Nubis is on my table. Get down, ma'am, sir. Get down. Yeah, definitely look at it. Look at the images that come with. Look at the color. Color means everything too. Sometimes you'll see colors too. The problem I can't see colors well is because I can never read auras either. So seeing color throws me off. I see black and white, literally. Like something's either shadowed or something is like a grayish and white. Maybe that's why I'm... Maybe that's why I seen the evil eyes, because you jumped on right when I was doing that. Why you gotta jump on my live like that, girl? You just jump straight in like, hey, I know she can't see him here, but make her see that I'm here. And then bam, I see an evil eye of all things, and it's gonna be you. I don't work with anyone, but also been dreaming of them, trying to find out what goddesses it could be. I mean, Lilith works with snakes. Hecate might. I'm trying to think what other gods. Technically Loki does because of his son. They always think that Georgie, remember that's how I call him. Georgie is serpent based with no wings, so it kind of looks like a serpent type of snake. There's a few deities out there that represent it. Okay, let's see. All right, let's get back to you, Britt. So I recently started a new career in the new field. Can you ask if I'm on the right track long-term wise? Okay. I'm gonna clear the smoke, okay? Because it's getting a little jumbled, so I gotta clear. Is Brittany on the right path with a career? Solid straight up for yes. Sway for no. So I'm getting half and half. I'm starting out with a straight, and then it starts to sway slow, and then it straightens, and then sways slow. So it's a 50-50. So you're half on the right track, but you're missing something on that track. So maybe, I'm not going to say like a promotion or anything like that, because I'm not sure what field you're referring to, but like maybe an add-on to your field to like extend it and, you know, kind of push it more into your field. But you're not quite where you need to be in your field. But it is saying, yes, you're on the right track, but you're not where exactly you need to be. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? I wonder if I can see any images, because for some reason I'm pulling blank with you. So let me see. Show me the images, show me the signs. Okay, you got something with dragons. I'm gonna let you right now. No, you got something going on with dragons. Nine. I see 9 and 7. I see a lot of 9 and 7s. Don't really know what that represents. Like a card? A ball? Okay. Now I see, I knew yours was gonna throw me off. Show me the sign, show me the symbols. Paint the picture in my mind. Are you doing something metaphysical? Like, at all? Because I'm feeling a hardcore metaphysical something. Like I said, I don't usually see someone else have dragons in their scryings, so I'm kind of impressed. Okay, chill. Don't get so mad. Okay. I started as a 2nd grade teacher, but I'm not licensed yet. So makes sense. Okay, interesting. Metaphysical is a long-term goal. Well, that would make sense with the numbers, like learning. And you said metaphysical is a long-term goal, which explains these freaking dragons. Extra. Okay. So what are you trying to do both? I still see numbers, and the dragons aren't going anywhere. Just so you know. And it was a very clear 50-50. So that's funny that we were reading about 2 different careers, and you said that technically you have 2. So that's kind of cool. I like it. Am I right? Smoke agrees. Straight up. Literally straight up smoke. And I hope that helps. I really do hope it helps. And yeah, go ahead, Kathy, if you want to. I have no problem. But does anyone, while Kathy is typing out her question, does anyone have any questions about this? Like about how it works? Because I mean, that's what this is all about. But it takes practice, and it's like, I guess you say, I kind of say it's like a medium ship in a way, where you're seeing things in something else. I guess you could say psychic also. But I will say, if you have very clear, like, if you're very intuitive and very honed to that spirit world, they'll utilize this also. They could formulate themselves within the smoke. I'm not at that level yet. I'm trying to catch up to Gina. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. Am I not? See? Smoke agrees. You can use any type of holder you want. I like this one the most when I do it because of the skulls and my crow on it, or raven. But yeah, you can use a basic one. You can use one that's, you can stand it up. Anything you want. It's really your own discretion. This has been awesome to watch. Thank you for doing this. I burn incense daily and I'm excited to start trying this. And once you here's what's really cool too. So once you really practice with reading the smoke, as in smoke scrying, you will actually pull a very strong connection to being able to manipulate smoke mentally. You don't need to speak anything. You tell it in your mind what you want it to do, whether you want it to sway, whether you want to do this or that, and it will do it. So once you start with one, you'll move on to the next. So it's a little easier because you're already trying to read the smoke, so you're already connecting to the smoke itself. Then your next step would be learning how to manipulate the smoke. And then soon, fire manipulation, which is always a lot of fun. Kathy says, I'm loving this. I've wanted to learn smoke and flame and wax interpretations for a long time. And in my opinion, it's one of the easiest ones because the pictures form within the smoke. Fire scrying, for me, I get so distracted by the beauty of it. Fire scrying is sometimes like I really have to tune out everything in it to be able to connect to it. I mean, I could get it, don't get me wrong, but it takes me so long to get into that zone. Gina says, you are doing amazing. You are... Gong, stop. Gina says, you are doing amazing. You are further than you give credit for. I know. You know me. I'm always gonna downplay everything. What are you doing, honey? What's he doing?
No, it's the way he was leaning over to not be in the camera shot.
You're in the camera.
I know, they are very past him. Alright.
No, you're fine. I'm almost done, actually.
Okay.
No, you're fine, babe. See, my candle divination for the coven actually works on flame manipulation for one of the practices. And I love flame manipulation. But scrying in it is a whole nother matter for me. Waves at the family. Gina's waving, everyone. They're all like, wait, what? Okay, so let me go back. I know Kathy had something. Okay, so is the job I applied for going to come through for me? Okay, so let's work on that. I gotta wait till my husband moves because he's gonna manipulate my smoke on accident. No, I'm just saying, because the wind movement, you manipulate my smoke. Love you too, honey. So let me clear. Kathy gonna get the job she applied for. Straight up for yes. Side to side for no. So you're also getting like a 50-50. So hold on. Because I feel like I'm being manipulated. Give me one sec, Kathy, so I can adjust. It's giving me a good up, but it has some sway to it. I will say that. Show me the signs. Show me the meanings. Six. How many days? Six has a very significant meaning for some reason with this on you. I don't feel anything bad. I kind of feel very hopeful on this. Get down, Anubi. The only thing I'm getting for you is it's a yes, but there is some sway to it. But I got 6, and that's the only thing it would tell me. 6 something, maybe 6 days. Maybe perhaps not right this minute, but in 6 weeks. Maybe it's gonna take some time. But 6 something. Maybe there's a few more steps. I'm not really sure. It's not giving me much else. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's making any type of sense. I only got 6, Kath. Oh. Well, dang, there you go. 3s and 6s. Yeah, definitely 3 or 6s was very clear. Like, yeah. Look for something with 6. Like I said, it did have some sway to it, but it was a yes. It's just wasn't as confident in it. So I hope that helps a little bit. But yeah, so like I said, it's, it's work. Have some type of protection. So like I said, this was mine. I always have the dragons with me when I do any type of readings for anyone. Whether I carry a little one in my purse, whether I wear it, whether Dracone's with me or not, it kind of just depends, because there's a lot of places that, dragon spirits don't like to go to, so they don't really recommend going to, like, others' houses that they're not familiar with. So, like, I could take him to Kathy's with me, and there's no issues. Well, I lied. There was one time he refused to go, and that was during the seance, which makes sense because of what happened in the seance. But I can't take him to a couple of my friends' houses because he's just not comfortable there. So I'm not going to force, him to do anything. But I do utilize him as a protectant. So you find your protectant, whether it's an amulet, whether it's a jar. I have a lot of different protection jars I make around the house. I made a couple of these, like this one I made at Kathy's. So yeah, so you find what you want, whether you want a crystal to help you amplify something, whether you need, and I can show you guys this because I feel a very good energy tonight with everyone, so that makes me really happy, guys. So thank you. Karma, that's enough. So like, you know, these are protected crystals that I'm going to be utilizing at a seance. So solidite and fire quartz, and then another dragon amulet that I have that I'll be using during a seance. He's very special, so that's why he doesn't get worn as frequently. But like, you know what I mean? So have your stuff, have your protectant, cleanse yourself. Always cleanse yourself before you do anything like that. Find the proper incense that you need, right? I prefer sticks, but you could use cones. You could use loose incense. You can use the smoke from a bonfire. You can use the smoke from a fireplace. You can use really anything that produces smoke. You can use sage. You can use any type of incense sticks or palo santo. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Anything like that. You can use a regular holder. You can use the ones that stand straight up. It really doesn't matter, to be honest. It's all on you and what you have here, okay? Don't try and do this like it's a joke. Take it serious, because the spirits aren't going to give you, or they're not going to give someone that is trying to be a, let's see what I can do. I can see if I can find out. Because then they're going to mess with you. Just like with a pendulum. If you don't ask the right questions, you're not going to get the right answers. And don't think you're going to see things right off the rip the first time. It's going to take time. I'm still learning different things. I've learned my weaknesses and I've learned my strengths. I learned that on certain days, closer to the actual full moon, I can't do nothing when it comes to this style of scrying. It doesn't work with me. I'm also physically drained, so I always like to do it more towards a new moon type. Maybe you have a planetary alignment you prefer to do yours on. Perhaps you like to do yours in the daytime. Perhaps. Ouch, Anubis. Nails, buddy. Come on, get down. Maybe you like to do yours at night. Maybe you like to have a cloth. Maybe you just want to put it on a table. Maybe you prefer to have this sitting on your altar and you're just staring at it on your altar. If you want to talk to your guides, ask your guides to come and join you. Say a little bit of a chant. If you're trying to communicate with the deity, invoke your deity. Call to. You'd be surprised what they'll answer with. I have one deity that hates smoke scrying, and I'll never use it with him, ever. So I don't even bother. But then I have other ones, like Morgan loves smoke scrying because she loves fire. Lilith loves fire. And Loki loves fire because he loves chaos in general. So the smoke creates chaos when it comes up. So of course he likes it. But actually Anubis, which is hilarious, hates it. Cannot stand it. So I won't even try and ask anything with that, with him. So, try it. If you work with mythological creatures, elementals, the fae, dragons, work with that. Okay, try that. If you work with the dragon fae, the fire fae, perhaps this would work for them because they're of the fire realms. See what you want. See what you can get. Journal it. Biggest thing too, I can sit there and say, journal it. Journal your experiences. Write down the question, then write down the answer. And then, maybe a week down the road, ask the same question, see what answer you get. Okay? You will be surprised what you will find out. Karma, that's enough. Leave him alone. Sorry, my karma hates Anubis, and actually she just hates kittens. We're trying. Oh yeah, I was really big into seeing the shape the clouds, form stuff as kids too. I was also really big at talking to the rain. It poured on rain. I always remember being at my grandma's house because that's where we lived for a while. And I'd be standing on this like metal thing, and I'd stand on it, and you can only put 1 foot on it, so I was always balancing, and I would just talk to the rain. And my grandma would always hunt for me. Young lady, get in here. It's dinner time. What are you doing? You're gonna catch your death out here. I'm talking to nothing. Little does she know. You guys are so welcome. But definitely, oh yeah, I have them all in my bag ready to go. But connect with it, practice with it, call to, but it's really good scrying. Like, this is actually probably a good one to start off with before actually trying to do any type of mirror scrying. But then again, there are people that are just really good at mirror scrying, so who am I to say anything? But if you're brand new to all scrying whatsoever, I do highly recommend trying to smoke scry, okay? I do feel that they give very good pictures and images when you're looking at the whole picture, okay? Because then you're gonna pick a spot that you're just gonna connect really strong to, and you're gonna watch it shape, okay? Sometimes you won't even see it shape though, but you'll feel it in your mind, something completely different. So also think of that too. Watch the swaying of the smoke. Give it yes or no types of questions to be able to get those types of answers. I'm trying to think. Gina, did I forget anything? I'm trying to remember, like, crap, did I forget anything? Remember, there's different things. One of the things I've always noticed, if you're trying to see if you have like a spirit attachment to you, ask the smoke to show you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, a very strong sign that yes, you do, is the smoke will come up straight, and then it'll form in a ball, okay? And one part might be a little stronger, thick, and the other part might be like thinned out, but it'll stay connected. That means you have some type of attachment too. If you see something come up, but there's a break in the smoke, but there's still a ball that's on top of it, that's actually not a bad thing. Trying to see what else. Pay attention to the left or right. That's always a good thing. Pay attention to, is it a good omen or a bad omen? A lot of you guys today was kind of like, it leaned a little bit to the bad omen side, but then it swayed the other way. So it's kind of like, well, we're kind of stuck right now, which we're going to make our way this way. So just tell her that, we're going this way soon. It's going to be a while, but we're going to get there. You know what I used to do? So funny story, because, I like to do crazy, silly stories. Has anyone ever seen The Labyrinth? Like the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie in it? So when Sarah literally has that book in her hand, and she's actually saying that speech that she gives when she's all dressed up at the very beginning of the scene. And then when at the end where she also says, "You have no power over me," I used to be able to say that so like perfectly that I would say it as if I was living in the movie. And that's where my vivid imagination really like started. I would literally word for word say exactly what she said. I don't remember it now. I'd have to rewatch the movie to like throw it back in my head. But I always remember, "You have no power over me." And it was one of the things that always stuck even in my magic. Because you can even ask my coven and Kathy here that when we did a seance and we had a very bad attachment to one of the coven sisters, that was literally the phrase I said. "You do not scare us. You have no power over us. We do not fear you." And it was just one of those things that like sometimes you have to say it. And sometimes if your smoke becomes you feel more malicious with it, tell it Tell it. Tell it that it has no power over you and that it needs to go. Take the incense, run it through some water, start again. There's always that possibility that you might have to do that. So let me just move this up so I can actually read, because I'm blind right now. So Gina says there are literally no limits to which you can use to scry with. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit, any other combination of them. Oops, got my finger right in the thing. Yes, love that movie. Love Labyrinth. I love Davy Bowie and the crystals and how, listen, I need one more sphere. I got 2 little spheres. I need one more. And I can do that same thing. With the ball. With the crystal balls. God, I think he was so hot too in that movie. I still think he's hot, even though, you know, he's like, well, was old as shit. And he did say, "You fear me." Okay, so if no one else has anything, then I am going to say goodbye to not only you, but I'm going to say goodbye to our friend that's been helping us tonight. Oh, wait, what did Gina say? Hold on. There's that fine line of taking your power back and provoking, but embracing your power of fear and controlling it removes it from others. Dang straight. I know he passed away. I just pretend like he doesn't pass away, because he was my favorite. With the big ass hair. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Did you use any books for reference? You know, I actually learned smoke scrying from one person. And that was my old friend that was a high priestess. She actually runs a metaphysical shop like 15 minutes from where I live. And she actually taught me years ago. I've actually never read a book on it because I've never done it any other way. I actually never wanted to. Now, I'm sure there's scrying books out there that speak on smoke scrying, so definitely look into that. Does anyone have any recommendations on that? I actually, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, I've never used a book reference on this one. I was very lucky to not have to, which is really weird that I never thought of that beforehand to see if there was any books that I can at least give you guys as reference. But I have not, but I'm sure there are. You probably just need to look under actual like scrying as a general. I don't know if there maybe is any that actually is for just smoke scrying. I know there's a reflective, like a mirror scrying one. I do know that, but I don't know if there's a smoke scrying book. I'm gonna have to look as soon as I log off with this. That's a great question. I'm gonna look into it for you just to check, see which ones are really good. Okay. If we don't have any other questions, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Cleanse my area again. And I'm gonna go to bed. Because I'm getting old now that I have to get up at 4 a.m. in the morning for work. But, okay. Alright, I love you guys. Blessed be. I will see you guys on my next live, which I don't remember what it is at all. I think I'm done for October's. Yes, I did my 3 for October. So I'll see you technically in November. Just can't remember what I'm doing in November. Good thing I write everything down. Okay, you guys have a great rest of the night. I love you all, and blessed be my sisters.